What's up?
Dude, what happened to you?
Haven't you heard? It's the summer half-off discount sale.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Right now only, get half off any of our VIP Discord memberships. These memberships include access to our signals, where you can get entries and exits from Frank and I, and full breakdown and analysis with each trade. You can learn our strategies in detail. You can learn how to get funded with our training material to help traders looking for funding. And you can also join the chat room community. We have several membership opportunities, so click the link and check them out for yourself. And remember, you get half off if you either message us or use the discount code you see on the screen now.
Welcome back, everybody, to another top buy, top sell video here in the A1 Edge Finder. Now, normally we do these videos at the end of the week, but we missed it last week, so we're going to do it to start off the week, and nothing wrong with that. We're going to get a good look at some different charts and lots of useful information to get you started here with your trading week. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. And before we get to any of these currency breakdowns, our strong buys and strong sells, we are going to, of course, look at the smart money tracker as well as retail sentiment, so that we can get an idea of what smart money or institutional traders, what they are favored long and short on at the moment, as well as retail sentiment, what the crowd or what the day traders, what they are favored long and short on at the moment are as well. So over here on the far right, we're taking a look at COT report data, of course, and here on the far right, we can see our most bullish asset is currently gold, and followed by platinum. So institutional traders are currently pretty heavily favored long on the metals market, gold sitting at 79.34%, and platinum not far behind it at 76.88%. Now, our most long currency at the moment is the euro at 75.25%, and the dollar not too far behind that at 66.35%. Our most shorted asset right now is the Japanese yen at 80.27% short from smart money traders. Now we can see all of that same information right here, just broken down in a slightly different view. We have this numerical chart here where we can see our most bullish assets up here at the top, and going all the way down to our most bearish assets down here at the Japanese yen. We can see the total number of long contracts as well as the total number of short contracts, and the changes long and short, of course, their percentage there as well too. So quick look at smart money tracker for you. Let's go ahead and jump into retail sentiment. Now, the first thing we're looking at here with retail sentiment are the major US dollar pairs, and our most long favored US dollar pair at the moment is USD CAD at 89% long and 11% short. Of course, when we're taking a look at retail sentiment, this is what day traders or the overall crowd of traders is going long and short on. And down here towards the bottom, we have our most favored short pair, US dollar pair. It's Aussie US, 87% short there. Let's take a look at minor currency pairs as well. I'm going to select minor currency pairs only, and there we go. Here are the rest of our currency pairs listed in the Edge Finder. Euro CAD is our most heavily favored long minor pair from day traders, 87% long, whereas Aussie NZD is, wow, 98% short from day traders at the moment. Really quickly, why don't I show you central bank forecasts as well? This is a brand new feature that we have here in the Edge Finder that was just released last week, along with our summer software sale. We were doing 40% off the Edge Finder last week. We are no longer doing it, but we do still have discounts on the Edge Finder, and you can message us with the links down in the description below if you are interested in getting the Edge Finder with this brand new central bank forecast tab for a discounted price. Now, what we're looking at here is actually short-term interest rate forecasts as well as the inflation forecast for all of these different currencies here. All of these different currencies have central banks dictating their interest rates that is directly correlated to their inflation. And so I could do something like click here on the US dollar, and I can see Q1 2023, Q2 2023, where we currently are, all the way through Q4 of 2024. This is just a forecast for what the interest rate will be at, as well as the correlating inflation. So as interest rates go up, oftentimes inflation goes down. That is one of the key measures to fight high inflation. So that is something to look out there. Something really, really interesting. I can select US dollar here and see it in a slightly different view here. So yeah, and we also have our hawkish and dovish scanner here for the central banks. So currently the New Zealand dollar, the New Zealand central bank is extremely dovish, whereas things like the euro and the Swiss central banks are a little bit more on the hawkish side. So yeah, really cool new feature here, the central bank forecast. Really excited to announce that we now have the central bank forecast tab live and ready to go. This is something that we've been working on for a long time now. Let's go ahead and jump into the watch list here. We have our strong buy and strong sell biases to take a look at, and I'm going to remove any indices, commodities, or crypto that we might have. Actually, we do have Bitcoin listed in the EDGEFINDER here. You know what? I'll leave Bitcoin. We'll leave crypto, but I'm going to remove indices and commodities. So there we are. We have just our currency pairs as well as Bitcoin right there just for fun. So we have two strong buys at the moment. It's USD JPY and CHF JPY, with three other buys right here: USD ZAR, CAD JPY, and Euro JPY. Speaking of Euro JPY, I mentioned that we were doing our summer software sale last week for 40% off the EDGEFINDER. We are not doing that anymore, but what we are doing is 50% off our VIP Discord community. You can actually find the links down in the description below to get half off of our Discord community. So see here, we have the A1 Trading Discord with featured signals from Nick and Frank, where you can actually follow along with their trades. Speaking of Euro JPY, a couple days ago, Nick actually had a nice little trade here where he trailed out for profit. You can see right down here, Euro JPY. So another trading tool at your disposal. We also have chat rooms, we do webinars, we have free analysis, and we have all sorts of getting funded 101 here, a step-by-step guide to help you try and get funded if you are looking to go down that path. Super useful stuff here in the VIP Discord community, and you can get it for 50% off right now for a limited time. Links down in the description below to message us for more information about that. But yeah, we have a lot of sells here in the EDGEFINDER to start off the week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 sells, with 3 strong sells on top of it if we are counting Bitcoin. And sure, we'll count Bitcoin, why not? But we want to look at our top buy and top sell, and we actually have 2 tied right here: USD JPY and CHF JPY tied for scores of +6 here. And we actually have 2 tied here as well: Bitcoin and Euro USD tied for scores of -7. So you know what? Just for fun, why don't we break down Bitcoin as well as USD JPY? Strong buy and strong sell biases there. And we'll start off with Bitcoin, because why not? I've never really broken down Bitcoin before. It's no different than any of our other currency breakdowns here. We have COT data, retail sentiment, seasonality, the trend reading, GDP growth, inflation, and unemployment, because we are, of course, comparing Bitcoin to the US dollar. But strong sell bias score of -7. COT data is actually 0 at the moment. It is a neutral score. And retail sentiment is a score of -1. So we can see right over here, the COT data for Bitcoin. Institutional traders are pretty much 50-50 when it comes to going long or short on Bitcoin. You could say that they are technically slightly favored on the long side, about 52% there, but it's really too close to 50-50 for us to give it a bias one way or the other, so that's why it's getting that neutral score. Retail sentiment, on the other hand, we can clearly see that the crowd is favored long on Bitcoin at 80% right there. Seasonality is a score of -1. And we can see that in the month of June, historically speaking, when it comes to Bitcoin, if you were to isolate the Bitcoin in just the month of June since its inception, I don't think that it's quite 10 years old, but since whenever Bitcoin first came out onto the market to now in the month of June, historically speaking, however many years ago, we can see that historically speaking, it does perform somewhat bearishly in the month of June. Trend reading is a score of -2. We can see that over the past couple of days, this thing has continued to drop, giving us part of the reason why we have that nice strong sell bias here, and price forecast does project that it will continue to do that as well. We can finish up with some fundamentals: GDP growth, inflation, and unemployment. Now, this is really more concerning the US dollar, more so than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin doesn't have, an economy backing it for GDP growth, inflation, unemployment, things like that. So why don't we just go ahead and hop into USD JPY, our strong buy bias, so we can take a look at those fundamental numbers, as well as all the other things giving it a strong buy bias. So score of +6, COT data is a score of +2, and retail sentiment a score of +1. We can see here under the COT data tab that institutional traders are favored long on the US dollar, 66%, and heavily favored short on the Japanese yen, 80.27%. That's why we're getting that +2 score, because we're favored long here and favored short here. Now, when it comes to the retail sentiment, the crowd is currently favored on the short side, 67% on USD JPY at the moment. Seasonality is a score of +1, and we can see in the month of June, again, historically speaking, if you isolate the last 10 years for the month of June for USD JPY, you would notice that it trends a little bit bullishly, which has been the case so far this month. Trend reading is a score of +2, and I know it doesn't look like it at the moment, but over the past couple of days, we can see that it has been trending upwards. It doesn't look like a strong trend because it was moving down before that, but for the past couple of days, it has moved up. And in fact, if we go and take a look at price forecast, we'll be able to get a better or a longer view of USD JPY. We'll be able to see back further so we can see just how strong that uptrend has been. And yeah, look at that. May 24th, we made a really nice move to the upside. It fell back down, it lost those highs, but has been trying to fight higher ever since. Price forecast does project that it will continue to move up. And like I said, over the past couple of days, it has absolutely been continuing to make moves to the upside. Now let's go back into USD JPY's breakdown, and we can finish up with our fundamentals. GDP growth and interest rates are scores of +1, whereas inflation and unemployment are scores of -1. So fundamentally looking pretty split here, but let's break down these numbers. GDP growth in the US 1.3% compared to 0.7%. Inflation in the US 4.9% compared to 3.5%. Unemployment 3.7% compared to 2.6%, and lastly, interest rates 5.25% compared to -0.1%. So there we go, a quick breakdown of our strong buy and strong sell biases here in the Edge Finder. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to take advantage of that 50% off VIP Discord community sale happening right now. You can find the links for it down in the description below.